Okay, I'm going to talk for 2 minutes about the difference and the disadvantages and advantages of running a small group program versus an individual VIP coaching program. Okay, so most people, when they first start coaching, are doing some kind of individual coaching packages or programs, and they evolve it into a program, right? And then they start thinking about a group program. This is a very, very, very good idea to be running a long, year-long, six months, 12 months, 18-month long program. I'm going to tell you why. When I was doing one-on-one coaching and consulting, there was only very limited time I had to spend with my clients. As you know, and I say this all the time, you can't be spending more than 20 to 30% of your time working with your clients, because otherwise you get overwhelmed. You won't have time for any of the other businessy stuff that you need to be doing to be growing your business, right? So that was number one. Like, I didn't have time to be working with her. Number two, I was like repeating the same stuff over and over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I work with somebody on their messaging, how many times we worked on their program sheet and their signature talk and yada, 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 right? And so, quite honestly, it got a little bit boring for me too, right? Because there's only so many times you can teach how to do a signature program or signature Facebook Live or whatever to a person, right? Before you were it just is not inspiring for you, if that makes any sense for you guys. So the advantage of group program is it's actually a really, really awesome way to give people more of yourself more frequently, and for also you to get paid what you're doing in it's a much more lucrative way, right? So you just need to be thinking about how you need to structure it and what works for your clients. So for example, at Quantum Leaps, people get us basically 4 times a week now, right? Would that be possible in an individual coaching program for the price? Never, ever, 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 right? Like, I would never be able to do it. I would have to charge 4 times as much, 5 times as much, more than that, 6 times as much to be able to give somebody that much attention as they get in a group program. So you just need to think about a way to structuring it, and it allows you to get paid, and it allows your people to be served on a much higher, much more frequent level, and for them to get the support that they need, right? Because whatever field you're in, whether in business coaching or mindset coaching or fitness coaching, the more of you, the more reminders, the more accountability, the more education people get, the better. Now, they don't have to take advantage of all of it, but more touch points they get, the more successful they're going to be, right? So for example, in Quantum Leaps, we have the workshops on Tuesday. We now have copy critique session with our copy critique expert on Wednesday. We have laser focused coaching Q&A on Thursday. We have individual check-ins on Fridays, and we also have co-working sessions on Saturdays, right? So that's a total of, and that doesn't happen every Saturday, but that's a total of up to 5 times that people get people get us, right? And that's a lot of service that they get, and a lot of structure, and a lot of accountability, and a lot of different ways to ask questions. They also have a Facebook group, but they constantly ask questions, and we're constantly manning it and responding to those questions so people get their answers in real time. Would that be possible in an individual program? Never, ever, ever, right? So a lot of people are like, well, I need to gather people, all of them together to start at the same time. And my answer to that is not quite, you guys. You can run a program and be adding people to it as you go, and we help you do that. This is something we do in Quantum Leaps with people during their first or second session with me, right? So they structure their program and they get really clear on what that's going to look like, right? So you can have a running program, you're adding people into during your big events every month or every other month, right? So you want to be thinking from the perspective of what makes the most sense for your clients, how much support do they need, and then decide, am I going to run an individual program? I'm going to be running a group program, okay? So I hope this is helpful. You guys, if you want an individual session with me, just reach out to me over DM or over email. I'm going to send you a link to sign up, or just get in touch with me and ask your questions. I'm happy to support you. All right. Can't wait to hear from you, and I will see you on the next training.